Hey guys, sailing Yobo. What a fun time. Listen, haven't updated the channel a little bit. I wanted to throw out this quick update. We got a boat towed back in to Green Turtle Bay a few weeks back, obviously. And they went in, they started digging and hunting. We couldn't figure out what it was. Turns out there was one screw that had gotten loose and had backed itself out that was allowing an abnormal amount of airflow into the water intake and or into the fuel line. I'm sorry, and that was causing some combustion issues and things like that. So it just messed it up. So, but anyway, we finally figured that out and had to replace a couple things. A manifold on it that had cracked because it had started rattling loose a little bit. But anyway, so we got that fixed. Everything seemed fine. We got back on the boat, start to motor it back over to Kentucky Dam Marina from Green Turtle Bay. No problems, right? We're happy. We're thrilled that it's fixed and it's ready and we're good to go. Well, then it starts to run hot again. Oh, I was so mad. Shut it down. Called up Boat US. Highly recommend them. These guys are amazing. They have never failed us, and best investment I ever made. And they pulled us back in. I had to go on vacation that next day, so I couldn't even have anything done. Well, it's been a couple of weeks now, and we just got it finally figured out. Turns out there was the reason that it overheated is because, well, basically I'm an idiot, and I have always kept both the Seacock valve and the the toilet valve closed at all times. These are both access ports to the outside, so they're Seacock, so I can close. The mechanics had been working on it, had them both open. So when I went in, it didn't click in my head that they were both open, so I knew I had to open the Seacock valve so that I could get water flow through the engine, and did so, not realizing I'd just closed it. Lesson learned. So a little bit later, it turns out if there's no water flow through your engine, the engine doesn't like that much. Diesels kind of prefer to stay cool. Anyway, that was all on me. Totally admit it. That's part of being a rookie. You're learning these things as you go. But anyway, there is another issue that had happened almost simultaneously. The charger alarm was going off. And I couldn't figure out what that was happening for, so we shut the engine down. Like I said, we had it towed back. Had them go ahead and look at that too. And I'm glad I did, because we got to digging. Originally, the owners that had it before me had a problem with the ignition box where you turn the key and you push the button to start the engine. So anyway, I wanted to get that fixed anyway, so I asked them to look at it. They went ahead and hooked it back up. There was a fuse blown, so we fixed that. Well, what we couldn't figure out was why this fuse kept blowing repeatedly, and nothing seemed to make sense. Well, the alternator, a brand new alternator that was on it, wasn't working, and it wasn't charging the battery, and something was wrong. So we finally, luckily, I had another alternator on the boat already that was a rebuilt one, but it had just been rebuilt, so it hadn't been put on the boat yet at all. So I told the mechanics, I said, well, go ahead and put that one on there. Well, in that process, it tripped the breaker again, and that didn't make any sense, so it blew the fuse again. So that made us stop everything, and then they started really investigating the lines, disconnected the alternator, and we still tripped this breaker, this fuse. So when we finally got in there, there's a brake line or a battery line that runs from the battery terminal all the way down to the alternator. And the very underneath side of this, that it happens to go under the engine, there was a nick about 2 millimeters wide where it was kind of rubbing up against a piece of the engine. And that nick, in the right conditions, would arc. And it would cause an arc, and that would blow the fuse. So I'm really glad we found it. But you want to talk about a needle in a haystack. Man. But the good news is, replace the cable, replace the fuse, and we are back to sailing again. So, hey, keep up with the channel, follow us, and we're going to get ready to winterize our boat and learn what that's all about and how to do it. So, living in Kentucky, It's one of the things you got to do when you're on Kentucky Lake. Hey guys, listen, the Sailing Yobo is Jason here, and look forward to putting out some more videos for you. Bye.